Young Guns 6, Contract to Kill. Written by Remington Kane. Narrated by Sean Patrick Hopkins.
Chapter 1. Audacious Plans. December 2002. Cody and Romeo were driving along the I-5 interstate in California and headed for Oregon. They had been back in the United States for only a few days after returning from their travels around the world. The boys had spent more than a year exploring other countries with their mentor, Spencer Hawk, and it had been the best time either of the young men had ever experienced. During their travels, they had lived in Japan, Russia, India, Saudi Arabia, Algeria, England, South Africa, Brazil, and Norway. As it had for many before them, traveling had broadened the boys' perspectives of the world. And they were hardly boys anymore, as Cody was 22 and Romeo 23. What they were was a pair of young men at the beginning of their careers, and like most young men, they wanted to make a name for themselves. They had a plan to accomplish that, an audacious plan, and one fraught with danger. If they succeeded, they would be legends. If they failed, they would simply be dead. Although young and with limited experience, Cody and Romeo considered themselves to be among the elite of their profession. They had been trained by the best assassin on the planet, and they knew their abilities were far above average. One of them would someday succeed Spencer Hawk and claim the title of Tanner. To be worthy of that honor, they intended to prove themselves exceptional. In Oregon, there is a legendary refuge named the Citadel. For decades, the Citadel had granted asylum to anyone with enough money to seek safety within its confines. That protection not only kept one safe from any enemies that might wish them harm, but also offered immunity from the law. The Citadel is known to have numerous secret exits by which one could be ferreted away if the police or federal authorities ever came knocking. The Citadel's amenities also included the services of a doctor for those who needed it. That same doctor was purported to be a talented plastic surgeon. Many who entered the Citadel with one face were said to have left with a different one. It was also assumed that they were living lives in peace in exotic locations around the world. To date, there had been 17 failed attempts by assassins, with only a man named Roy Hutchins surviving his assault on the Citadel. Cody and Romeo were headed to Oregon to speak with Hutchins, who was an expert on the Citadel. Talking with the man came with a fee of $1,000 apiece. It would be money well spent if Hutchins provided insight into a way to breach the fortress. Hutchins also had connections with weapons merchants on the black market. Although the boys would have no formal...
Sample complete. Ready to continue?